Today is August 8th. Today's quote is entitled, Fear of Surrender. Examine your fear of surrender. What are you afraid will happen if you surrender? In the majority of cases, the fear is just imaginary. So this is very interesting because I've found that a lot of devotees are afraid of surrender because they think Krishna is going to put them into some difficult situation. Today I was reading a letter where Prabhupada said, if you are afraid you won't surrender, you should actually pray to Krishna to push you to do something in your life that would cause you to surrender, because ultimately a devotee wants to surrender. But sometimes we have a misunderstanding of what surrender means. It actually means sharanam, getting the shelter and protection of Krishna. So who wouldn't want the shelter and protection of Krishna? But when we say surrender, we're thinking, no, I'm giving up something, and rather than getting Krishna's shelter, he's going to make my life difficult, or he's going to take something away that I'm attached to, or he's going to make me do some service that I really don't want to do. But that's not really the way Krishna operates. As one of my godbrothers said, Krishna doesn't operate like an incompetent temple commander, engaging people in services that will just not inspire them, or taking things away from them that they need to be stable in their life, and so on. So a lot of what we find when there is a fear of surrender, it's a fear of an illusion. It's a story. It's not real. It's not going to happen. And I've done exercises with devotees, and I've asked them to write down their fears of surrender, and they have all kinds of irrational fears of surrender. But ultimately, what can help us the most is to understand that love means surrender. When I love someone, I give myself to them. So a devotee wants to surrender. He wants to give everything. And Krishna is giving everything to us, and he just wants us to give it back. So think of surrender as love, as affection, as shelter, not as I put my hands up and you have control of my life and you're going to torture me. I don't know what you're going to do to me. It's not like that. It's a loving exchange. Wherever there's love, there is surrender. So don't be afraid of it. Actually run into it, because that's the goal of Krishna consciousness.